As I told you, we all are colleagues. You know what is this publication process and research ethics. But as a professional of library and information science, I would like to highlight or speak on ethics, research ethics, publication process, steps to write manuscript in depth. You can see here introduction. I would like to discuss every time. Any discussion is there, you can go within the time limit they are given. And also I want to complete the slides also. So here you can see what is the research, introduction to research ethics and publication process. They both are intrinsically linked, means inherently the both research ethics and publications is linked. That point you should know. Requiring research to adhere to ethical guidelines throughout entire research journey. You know, now you can see plagiarism and all that plays a very big role in this. If you don't follow the research ethics, from design and execution to dissemination of your findings, research work. Okay. Then it also includes ensuring the integrity of research data, respecting intellectual property, maintaining transparency in reporting. So what is that? And I will speak little bit brief on this. And publication ethics specifically governs the conduct of researchers, editors, not only researchers, editors, and also reviewers in the process of disseminating research results, emphasizing honesty, objectivity, and accountability. Here you can see what is that. Protect, what are the ethics? See, research ethics prioritize the safety. It prioritizes the safety. Safety, well-being, and rights of individuals involved in research. See, research is nothing what I am a researcher, I will do researcher. No. We have the respondents. So these are the ethics that we should follow. We alone cannot do research. We collect data from the respondents. So what are the measures for research ethics we should take? That it prioritizes the safety, well-being, and rights of individuals involved in research. We also, this includes obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, and minimizing potential risks to participants. I will give the examples.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Further
Bhaveshri, ma'am,
slides, I'll
please
show
mute
what
your
is
audio.
that. What are the risks that participants will be facing if we don't go for research ethics and transparency? So ensuring research integrity. See, what is, you know, what is integrity? Honesty. Ethical research practices involve honesty, objectivity, and transparency in all stages of research process. This is what I wanted to tell you. From data collection to analysis to reporting and dissemination of findings. So here, one more thing you can see here, promoting social responsibility. See, you can be alert in this social responsibility. Research ethics also considers the broader societal implications of research. Societal implication of research, including potential benefits and harms, and encourages researchers to contribute to the public good. So what we do, we go for research. What we do research, one we produce in the form of thesis, and also research papers we publish. So this is the thing we do. And this, what we, as a researcher, what we must do, contribute to the public good. That is what we want to do when we go for research. You can see your honesty. It is very clear, accurately report data, methods, results, and publication status, avoiding fabrication, falsification, and mispresentation, sorry. And also objectivity, bias should be minimized in all aspects of research, including experimental design, data analysis, and interpretation. Integrity, honesty, of course, sincere and maintain consistency in the actions and thoughts. Carefulness, you should be very careful. Avoid errors and carefully scrutinize their own work, and the work of others also. So we are taking the work of others. So this is intellectual property rights. We are taking the work of others. So you should be very careful. And openness, data, results, tools, and resources should be shared openly without any hidden agenda or bias, with appropriate permission.
Madam, can research ever to be truly ethical if it is involve deception, even if outcome benefits to the society?
Just a minute. Sound where? You speak loudly little bit. I am not audible.
Madam, can research ever be truly ethical if it is involve a deception, and even if it outcome is benefits to the society?
Yes, it depends on the what I told. Research ethics we follow. You don't think of others. What we do, if we follow the ethics, it will be ever ethics only. That is what I am telling you. But you are asking me, is it? Yes, I can say 99%, 95% ethics research are there. For example, you think of the medical science. It should be ethical only, no?
Madam.
See, if we go for medical science, if it is not a the research which is done, if it is not ethical, you just think of the consequences that what we can face. You got it?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Your question, I think your question was that only. And the other thing, the principal emphasis the importance of treating individuals with respect and autonomy, recognizing their rights to make informed decision about their participation in research. So here it depends the ethics, what you just now asked me. It depends on the collection of data and the geography and the what we say the population that you select precisely, and the data you collect, and the presentation how you without misrepresentation you present it. It is also ethical research only. Researchers should also tell me, you can speak to me. Sound hello?
Ma'am.
Anybody is there to ask me question?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Then even I can say that researcher, you are a researcher. I hope you all writing letter, isn't? As an academician, you have to write a letter. You have to write a paper, article paper. So you have, that is for academic purpose also, and for your CAS, career advancement scheme, is there where you have to do lot of research paper, and you have to publish it. So as a researcher, you should be kind enough to maximize the benefits of the research while minimizing the potential harm to participants and others. One of them asked me just now, is there an ethical research? Really is there? You asked me, if you follow all these norms and the disciplines and the steps, key steps to be taken, of course there will be ethical research report will be there, is there. And the justice, this principle calls, then honesty and integrity. You can see a respect for intellectual property. Copyrights, patents, and other forms of intellectual property should be respected. Unpublished data, methods, or results should not be used without consent, and plagiarism should be avoided. And confidentiality, you can see here, confidential information such as patent records and trade secrets should be safeguarded. You know what is patent? Where everything cannot be recorded and published publicly. Certain, for example, I'll give you some examples. KFC, you see KFC. It is a product where they cannot disclose the secrecy of that flavor. So that is patent. If they make it patent, it is not that everything should be published in publication. So certain, that's what I said, confidential information such as patent records and trade secrets should not be safeguarded. Informed consent for research involving human subjects, informed consent must be obtained. Human subjects, if it is involved, informed consent must be obtained, ensuring participants understand the nature of the research and their rights. So you should approach like that. As a researcher, you should approach like that. And ethical approval. Research involving human or animal subjects must be reviewed and approved by relevant ethics committees. These are the rules, that key terms that you should follow as a researcher. And researcher must be truthful in their methods, data, and reporting of results, avoiding fabrication, falsification, or plagiarism, as I told in the previous slide. And ensuring that participants, even the participants, if you go for research, data collection, you should ensure that the participants should understand the purpose, procedure, potential risks, and benefits of the research before agreeing to participate. So they should know the purpose and procedures that you go for, and protecting the personal information of participants and ensuring that their identities are not revealed without their consent, without their permission. You cannot reveal the identity of the participants. You go to the population to collect data, no? These are the terms that you should follow. Maintaining accurate records, securing data, storing data, and ensuring responsible data sharing and disposable. Addressing any potential conflicts between the researcher's personal interest and their responsibilities to the research. So these are the terms that you should follow to go to the participants for data collection. So here you can see respect for, informed consent, I told you, ethical approval. Next, why research ethics? Now the question is why? If you don't go for research, what happens? Why research? Why research ethics are crucial for ensuring the integrity of scientific work. Of course, to be honesty, always honesty of scientific work, it's a crucial job. Research ethics, following research ethics, but protecting the rights and welfare of research participants and maintaining public trust in research is important. They guide researchers in conducting studies that are not only scientifically sound but also morally justifiable and respectful of all involved. So if though it is crucial, you have to go for the research ethics. If you are not going, if ethical principles are not followed, it can lead to invalid results, harm to participants, damage to the researchers and institution reputation. If you don't go, your career will be damaged and institution reputation will be lost. And even legal repercussions also will take place. Now, Right to Information Act. Anybody can put RTI and they may ask how you did this without my consent. And your research is not ethical, you are not following the ethical guidelines. So through RTI, you will be caught, anybody. And ethical breaches can include issues like fabricated or falsified data, plagiarism, and failure to obtain informed consent. That's what I told. If you are not taken the informed consent, and if you are not ethically right, they go for RTA. you can lose your career or institution reputations also will be bad. So why publications? Why publication? This may be a very much silly questions, but still, if you don't be very serious, why publications? You know all this what publishing in predatory, and there is also I'll show you many what is that plagiarism. And they have done plagiarism and they have been caught. What are the consequences they are facing in future slides? I'll run it and I'll show you. Now, why publications? Of course, you need publications. Why should you go? Why should you consider publications? You have a contribution to make. That is, the conventional wisdom is mistaken. You want to show that the conventional wisdom has gone mistaken. So for that, at least you must go for publications. I'll tell you. The process of patenting inventions may be complex. Academic researchers whose primary goal is getting their work published. Of course, we are all academicians. We must see that our work is published. Academic work is published in scientific journals, often face, when it comes to the understanding the interplay between publishing and patenting, their findings that are not, you have a, so as I told, it is very important for your career, publication. Academic publication is very important for your career. Publication is an integral part to the academic's role. And questions to ask yourself. You should ask your questions to yourself. As I told you, getting our work to be published. And who's going to be interested? You can see how does it build on, how can I publish, means how does your publication build on what we already know? How significant is your message? How sure are you of your findings? In this novel, innovative work, is this novel or innovative work? Are you filling a gap or extending a theory? Are you showing how conventional wisdom was mistaken? For this purpose, we must go for publications. As an academician, it is very important to see our work, academic work is published. Next. Why you need to, is this slide 6? Yeah. Why you, next. What is publication process? Why should you consider publication? Finished, no? What is publication process? What is the publication process? Before that, I just want to show you, tell you. Yeah, some highlights I'll give you. Academic publication is no exemption. As I told you, there is no exception for academic publication. The rise of open access has made more research freely available, but brings its own set of challenges. Open access are there and it has its own set of challenges. So, GAI, that is generative artificial intelligence, you know AI now, it is playing a big role now in all, especially now teachers are being threatened now. We are academicians is necessary. Like that, there is a question mark now. So artificial intelligence has come into view large across the sector as both friend as well as enemy for us. It is also a friend and also it's an enemy for us. And competition for space and visibility is more cutthroat than ever. Now it is a cutthroat for us. Competition is more now. So the core academic skills of writing, editing, and diving remain crucial to success. So we should be very perfect in writing, skills, academic skills of writing, editing, and pitching. It is a crucial success for us now. So it is a question mark for everybody now. So academic publishing is no exemption for academicians to go for publications. We have to go for publications. That is what I wanted to just remind you. So what is publication process? Now we are going for publication process. Now we know why publications, what are the ethical guidelines that we should follow for to go for publications. And now what is publication process? There are process where we should seriously follow the steps to go for publications. So now the research article publication process involves conducting research, writing a manuscript, detailing the findings. You are writing manuscripts, you are giving details of your findings of the research work you have done findings, then selecting a suitable journal within the field. After writing, your research paper is ready for publications, but you should find a suitable journal also. As you see, abundance of journals are there. What are the predatory journals are there? You can go for publication, but the consequences what you face, I will give you with an example now. Submitting the paper for peer review by experts and addressing feedback through revisions, ultimately having the article published if accepted, allowing wider access to the research findings. This is very important. Allowing wider access to the research community. That is very important.
Ma'am, I have a question here, about UGC care, that listed journals. Does it have that recognition? I mean, there is this discussion going on that it
You
is not.
want a list of journals UGC in
Yeah,
commerce?
yeah. Now, what is the status of that? Can we publish it in that?
What is the status of that journal?
Yeah,
UGC
UGC care
list
listed
journals.
journals. Yeah.
Yes, there are list of journals where you go, where you have to go for that care list journals for publication to be accepted to for you to submit your thesis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Qualify yourself to submit your thesis. It's there. I will give the list of UGC care journals in the discipline of commerce in the
But
end. I
is
have
it
made a
recognized
slide.
now? Is it recognized?
Yes, it is recognized, of course. Why this question for you?
Yeah.
Did you
So
find it?
UGC has dissolved all this.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just few days ago, UGC care list discontinued care list.
It is not discontinued, I'll tell you. They are doing some manipulation in the sense they are upgrading. I know, madam. What Devika. She is the director of UGC in FlipNet. She is updating and upgrading. During that time, you feel that it has been dissolved like that and all. No. Now, just now I took the list of journals in the field of commerce, UGC care list journals list I bought. You have to go for. Yes, tell me anything to be updated for me?
Hello. Ma'am, now the UGC site, they are published one draft regarding the application for the public notice.
Or not audible.
ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕರೆದ್ರು ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೈಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
Somebody has to mute their this thing, no?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Vijay Kumar. Hello.
Yes,
ma'am, actually, in the UGC site, new draft is available for the public notice regarding the new parameter of this publication process. And instead of they are stating some new parameter in careless journal, ma'am. Now it is available in the site public notice.
What parameters? I didn't go.
See, some of the see, I will 1 minute, ma'am. I will read it very shortly. Ma'am, this is a public notice available here. There are suggestive parameter, bibliographic data and literature citation, accurate standard referencings, fronts and this. See, some of many parameters is there, ma'am.
Yes. If you want, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to that slide now. See, if you want to publish a paper in the UGC care journals, list any journals, of course, not only UGC care list journals, you have to follow certain referencing styles. You have to go for plagiarism test. And you have to follow some ethical guidelines, what I am telling you. That is what, if your article paper is fulfilling all this, then only that journal will take your paper to publish.
Ma'am, one thing also, ma'am, because as a library lecturer, you will all aware about this, what is cloned and what is non-cloned, everything is there. But we are getting fully confused about, ma'am. The one journal is appearing in this name is appearing in the Scopus list, but when we are searching the other side, there is no journal in it. Like many cloned journals are also there. That's make us the academicians confusing, ma'am.
You are talking about this UGC care list journals?
No, Scopus also, ma'am. Scopus listed also. This
in Scopus also you see the clone journals.
Yeah, many clone journals, ma'am. I had a direct experiences with that also.
Oh.
Many clone journals are there. On when we Googling it, they will give a separate link for that. In that, all are there. But when we go to the Scopus peer review database, the name itself is there, but the article, no article can be seen in there. Like that, ma'am. Full confusions.
I don't think that Scopus does that, but some predator. Yeah, you should go with direct. You don't go through Google.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
You should go to the database where the institution is see, for example, we have above science where we have taken the MOU with UGC. I think that may be the problem. I don't know exactly. If you go through Google, I think it may happen. If you go through institution wise login password with login password, this will not happen. I think so.
Okay.
So now we'll go to the process, publication process. So these are the things that if you follow, and if you see, if at all, if you want to publish journal to article to the journal, you should check all this. Then you won't, I'll tell you the steps now. I'll be hurry little bit, okay? So preparing a manuscript, I will just give one small hint. It's as it is a time for me to go fast. See, preparing a manuscript involves a structured approach from initial organization to final polishing your article, okay? So, John Wolfgang von Goethe, German writer, Western literaturist, what he says, whatever you dream academically you want to do, begin it. Boldness has power and it has magic and genius in it. That means if you want to do, you start it. When you are very much confident, you do it. Don't delay it. That is what he says. Preparing manuscript is nothing but writing a paper. Involves many reasons, okay? See, you can see key reasons why understanding the publication process is important. This and all I'll read off now. I'll go to the point where you were expecting that and all. I'll tell you. Realistic expectations, effective response to feedback, career advance. I said no, academic publication, paper publications has no exemption for career advancement, minimizing impact. Then hooking openings. See, this I want to highlight. You can see here hooking openings. Begin with a captivative statement or statistic to grab the reader's attention and introduce the topic. For example, in your field, the rise of social commerce, how social media is reshaping the online shopping landscape. Like that, your topic should be like this. It should be very grabbing. Then the metaverse marketplace, exploring consumer behavior and commerce in virtual worlds. Okay, these are the captivating statement. With this, you should start. And if you are ready to, you have dreamt something that you want to put it in the academic skill and come out with the publications, you should start. Background context, provide a brief overview of the relevant field, including key concepts, historical context to establish. Okay. Then literature review. Sorry, I want to go for this. Literature review. What is literature review? What is the advantage that you get from the literature review? Please, one of them, any one of them can tell me. What you will get from literature review?
To identify the research gap.
Research gap, ma'am. Research gap.
Okay, one. Then?
The methodology that is used, like
Yes,
what
exactly.
in our
Yes.
research work.
Yes, methodologies.
Ma'am, we'll come to know what has happened in the past related
Yes,
to the same
area of
site.
further research. You will be
And
knowing
we
what
can decide
you have
what
to
we
take
can
in
do also,
further.
ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. What we can do.
Yes, findings are there, methodology you can apply, everything. So you should be very, very clear with literature review. You should go for literature review. Next. Then, of course, statement of the problem. As I said, the statement of the problem must be very clearly defined. Research objectives, hypothesis, you should go for hypothesis. Hypothesis is very important, where you can prove, where you can disprove, and null hypothesis and proved hypothesis. You must go for hypothesis. I see some researchers, they will not go for hypothesis. You should go for hypothesis. And significance of the study and thesis statement. If you are going for publications paper for your thesis qualification, for your qualification, then you should give the thesis statement clearly. And important consideration when writing a researcher paper, a clarity and consciousness, relevance to the field, appropriate tone, then length. And I saw 300 pages, 350 pages of thesis, which is not at all necessary now. You are not going for that. You should be very strong. There should be a strong introduction is very crucial now. The introduction part is very crucial. Avoid making it overly lengthy. Keep it focused on providing essential information only. So these are that you should follow. Then key stages in the publication process. Concept development and research. Identifying a research question, conducting research, collecting data and analyzing results, manuscript preparation, writing the paper according to the chosen publication style, guide. As you said, style. You should follow certain style, referencing style. APA is there. MLA, APA, but it is very, if it is a humanities and social science, we should go for AP only. APA style. There, if you go to that style only, as you said, you can prepare a paper as per the ethical guidelines and you can publish in the journal. Not to the predatory journal which is academically approved journal, you can go for that. Then including abstract introduction, methods, results. Okay. Now, as Vijay Kumar sir told, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir told, journal selection, choosing a relevant journal with a suitable scope and readership for your research. Readership should be there. For that, what you must do, I'll tell you.
Excuse me, madam. Madam, thesis ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇಜ್ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ ಏನೋ ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ರೂಲು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಪೇಜಸ್ ವಿತಿನ್ 300 ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 300.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್.
ದಟ್ ರೂಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್. 300 ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ UGC ಪರ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್.
Okay. So now, yeah, I said preparing a manuscript such as to share, to submit one's observation, ideas and conclusions to critical evaluation by peers. This is preparing manuscript I'm talking about. To provide guidance to improve the research concept, to advocate for policy change. It should be, the manuscript should advocate for policy change, to support personal academic advancement. Writing also provides an excellent learning experience, promotes critical thinking and enhance the ability to more concise in writing. So preparing manuscript has a huge task. It's a huge task that you should follow. certain stages, key stages in preparing manuscripts. Okay. So now I'll talk about a little on preparing manuscripts only. To write, one needs something to say, isn't it? We want to say something, so we write it, which requires thinking time. We should think a lot, thinking time. It requires thinking time. And develop the habit of using some of these times to think about writing. So, if we want to say something in writing, and for that we should think, and we should develop the habit of using some time to think about, to write. So 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there does not work for writing. Writing is very important. So you need real time set aside to write. So you know what to think about, when and where to write. That is also very important. I just want to highlight all this. In preparing to write, think about the answers to the following questions. Always we should think the answers for the questions. We should put questions for ourselves. What do you want to say about? What is your key message? Why do you care about this? Who is the intended audience? This is very important. Intended audience. And therefore, what format and type of journal should this piece be submitted to? As Dr. Vijay Kumar sir asked me, what format and type of journal should this piece be submitted to? Okay. And why would this audience be interested? Why they are interested? Why they should be interested? On that background, we should go for writing a manuscript for publications. Who might want to work on this paper with you? You are leaving some further area of research for them. In future, if they want to carry on the research, what is left? Of course, you know what is research. Research is nothing but which is already searched, you are going for research. And what you have searched and left, others will go for research. So that is also very important. In that context, you must think writing a paper, manuscript. So capture all these ideas in a notebook, in a folder, in your personal digital assistant by sending the emails to yourself. Review and refine the answers. For these questions, you review and refine the answers. Regularly review these ideas. Once your ideas are focused, you are ready to write. Writing is a complex task that requires you to be at your best. So this is what I want to say. If you are in, that is okay. Or the library, where you can sit and write, I can say as a librarian, library is the best place for you to do your research work as a researcher. So get started for publication. Selecting the right journals, formatting the manuscript, writing the manuscript, check for originality. These are the steps which I have highlighted in this slide. And out of this slide, what I have told you is also matters a lot. So now, getting started for publications, not for submission. You have been using your thinking time. See, you have to remember, write down AIMRAD. AIMRAD. I'll just give a small AIMRAD. In a capital letter. A is nothing but you should be very perfect with abstract, introduction, I, M, methods, R, results, and discussion. This is very important. AIMRAD for a paper. If this is success, your paper is very fine to reach your research community.
Ma'am, could you please repeat once again, ma'am?
AIMRAD. And getting started for publication now. You have been using your thinking time and your ideas is ready with you now. You have writing time also scheduled. The next step is to find a personal editor. Before that, personal editor is now nobody, maybe your guide or somebody who is senior for you, very much academician. you have to find a personal editor. He will be the editor and a writing buddy. That means your co-author. Co-author is a writing buddy. Personal editor, you are senior. So you should find a good personal editor. The for personal editor is a friend or colleague who is already successful writer and who is willing to work with you on your writing. Okay, you should find a personal editor. Then now select your best idea and set yourself a deadline to get your first draft done. You get ready with the draft done. Focus on your key messages. Write a brief overview to organize your thoughts and arguments, which will help you to form the basis of the abstract and also will help you to guide your writing. So now I said, remember AIMRAD. A means abstract. I means introduction. M means methods. R means results. And D is discussion. Abstract, introduction, methods, results, and discussion. So then write your first draft. Ensure that you focus on your key messages. Select journal for first submission. Select your journal first submission. Discuss your first draft with your writing buddy, that is co-author. Make revision once again. Show your second draft to your personal editor, that is senior professor or senior friend. Rewrite and refine. Be as succinct and clear as possible. Now send it to your co-authors for thoughtful and critical review of the manuscripts. Then remember, no piece of writing will ever be perfect, but work hard to make it for high quality. Do not procrastinate. That means don't delay. If you delay, it will be over polished again and again, reviewing, and it will be over polished. That you should not do. Then you go for publications. Next.
Ma'am, for journal research articles, is there any limit on the number of pages that we can write? Like for thesis, you mentioned it is 100 pages.
Yes, I think it's within 10 pages. Maximum is 10 pages.
Okay.
It should be within 10
only
pages.
10 pages it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the
Not be more than
publication
10 is also maximum.
And they specify the number of words, no ma'am, they're like 9,000
That
words.
depends on the journal you select.
7,000 words. Okay.
Yes, it depends on the journal that you publish.
Okay.
They
And
give you the format, I think. They give some guidelines for you.
Yes.
But as far as the plagiarism is concerned, it is within 10%.
Yes, yes.
Within 10%.
And the reference, the contents in the reference is not to be included in that, right? If they specify the words as like 7,000 or a 9,000, okay. Do we have to include the reference or?
I think it's not in reference is not included. It is not with the inclusion of reference.
Okay. And what about this annexure? If we provide some table or something like additional data.
Yes, yes. For that, it is also not a words included.
Not to be, okay.
They have given separate guidelines for that. So many tables has to be can be.
Okay.
And figures, so many figures has to be.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, what about the AI plagiarism check now?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, then plagiarism check in AI, whether it is taken from the AI or support by AI like that.
No. As for the UGC, I will tell you, AI plagiarism is for yourself to see that my work is okay. How many percentage you can see, anything has to be revised or anything reference you should add. For your purpose is AI, but as for the UGC is concerned, no. You should go for the plagiarism, the software, what they suggest, and the institution adopted software.
Okay.
The review policy of the mother with policy. Now, acceptance of the article. Next. Acceptance of the article. Final acceptance. After revision, the editor may send the paper for final approval. Proofreading and copy editing, the journal's editorial team check for the grammatical issues, as that and all, you know. Final proofs, authors are sent final page proofs to approve before publications. I think this also, you might have come across, you have published if you have gone for publication. Publication of the article. Now, online first publications. See, you are said some journals publish articles online before they appear in the print version, isn't it? If you want, you can go for that. Print version, when and how the article is published in the print version, if applicable. Open access, you can go for open access also. It's a good platform. Now open access are playing a very good role academically. Understanding whether the article will be available for free or behind a paywall. That means you should know all this, I'm telling. With all this knowledge, you should go for the journal for publication. Promotion and dissemination, ways the journal may promote the published article, social media, journal newsletters, etc. Now, shall I go for plagiarism? Plagiarism. The article paper is ready for submission now. It generally means the editor and reviewers have reviewed the revised version and found the changes made by the author sufficient to warrant publication. Okay. The process involves addressing reviewers' comments, making necessary changes, and potentially undergo further review. Initial review request will be there, addressing feedback, if the manuscript is not accepted outright, the journal may request revisions indicating they see potential in the work. Okay. Re-evaluation, the revised manuscript and response are then re-evaluated by the reviewers to ensure the changes are sufficient and the concerns have been adequately addressed. How to avoid plagiarism? See, plagiarism. So direct copying, you can see verbatim copyright of text from other source without quotation marks or proper citation. If you take something sayings from others, you should give the quotation mark, quotes. Within the quotes it should be. So you will be waived off from plagiarism. Few percent will be given for that. You can put some percentage will be waived off for you to put the quotation in quotes of others saying. So that is, if you don't do that, it is said verbatim. Verbatim, that means it is plagiarized. Paraphrasing without attribution. If you go for paraphrasing without attribution, rephrasing someone else's ideas without adequately citing the original sources. So here it depends, whatever you take from others, if you don't give proper citations, it is plagiarized. It is plagiarized. Okay. Then you can do paraphrasing. Who said not to do? You can do it, but you should give you should cite the original sources very perfectly. You should follow some referencing styles. You should follow that, as I told you, APA styles. You should follow the APA styles and you should give the citation. Citing the original sources by following certain styles, that is APA, Malay, like that. Then self-plagiarism. Already I have published few papers on certain context or certain aspect. You should not be doing the self-plagiarism. That means I have done, that is my work, that is my property, intellectual property, where I can take. It is not like that. For that also you should give citation. You should cite. Reusing large portions of your own previously published work without proper citation, if you do, that is also self-plagiarism. And misrepresenting data, presenting data from another study as your own. I will show you the consequences, what they have faced if they go for all this. Cite all sources. How to avoid plagiarism? You can cite all sources. Always provide proper citations for any information borrowed from other sources, including direct quotes, paraphrases, and data. Use quotation mark when directly quoting text. Enclose it within quotation marks. Okay. Paraphrase carefully. When summarizing information, ensure you are rephrasing the ideas in your own words and citing the source. You can express in your own words the ideas of others, but citing the source is very important. Then check for similarity with plagiarism detection software. As sir told now, AI. AI did a plagiarism. I think as of now, it is not acceptable. It is only for your sake you can do it. You can do it and you can correct it if it is not a qualifying paper for you to publish to the journal. For your consent, you can do it. Then check for similarity. Check for similarity with plagiarism detection software. Utilize plagiarism checking tools to identify potential issues before submitting your manuscripts. As now I told you. And consequences of plagiarism, you can see here. Rejection of manuscripts. Journals typically reject papers found to contain plagiarism, potentially harming an author's reputation, which will harm your reputation. Retraction of publication. If a plagiarized article is already published, it may be retracted by the journal, severely damaging the author's credibility. Then disciplinary action will also be taken. Universities and research institutions may take disciplinary actions against researchers found plagiarism, including sanctions or loss of employment also. So you can see some of the examples of plagiarism. See here you can see Authenticate is the software. Very beautiful software. Turnitin and Authenticate was the first commercial software. It has huge coverage of all scholarly articles and reputed journals. So if you go for plagiarism check with a software which is very normal, and if you find it is just 2% for you, if you go to Authenticate, it makes you 20%. I think you got it, no? Authenticate coverage, Turnitin coverage is so much. Scholarly coverage is there, where hook and corner of every journal publisher, reputed publisher's journal article will be scanned for plagiarism and the results will be given. So that means the quality of research you do, the quality of paper that you publish, the scholarly article is examined. You can say without thinking for a span of second that my article is completely individual, mine. You can say like that. If you go to Authenticate.
Ma'am, I had one doubt regarding this, ma'am. I checked my one article in Turnit software. In one place, it is 13%, 13%. But the same article I checked in another place, they said it is 17%.
But the software is?
The software same, Turnit software.
But did you check that with the same institution and same computer?
Two different places. One is checked from Tamil Nadu, another one is in Kerala. But the same software is same, Turnit.
It cannot be like that.
But when I go to search for that, somebody says that, see, while checking there is some procedure for.
Yeah, this might have taken place. Once you have checked, no?
Yeah, ma'am.
They should clear the history.
Yeah.
They should clear the history. Your article, your topic, your name, everything will be saved there.
Okay, okay.
in the cloud. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Once again, if you put for third time, it will show 32% then.
Oh,
Just should
so
clear
it's better.
this.
So it's better to go for one time check.
Not like that. You should see that if the history is cleared. This,
Okay.
my own experience. I checked my article. It gave me.
Clear repository, madam. ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಸೇವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದ್ರಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಆವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಹಳೇದು ತಗೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. 75% ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ.
ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ 70%
ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿಲಿ ಅದು ಸೇವ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಟ್.
Okay, ma'am.
Then you will get perfect this thing. So you can see here the colors submitted to you. You can see from where the sources is been shown. If it is from internet sources, if you have taken from internet source, it is in green color. If you have taken from this website, it is shown. So the colors will identify and show you and give you the information from where it has been taken. And of course, there will be a percentage of way off will be given. It's already fed. So many percent can be taken from internet sources also, where it won't consider it is a plagiarism. Unless you give the citation properly. You should give proper citation. Then that will be way off. So you can see here also William Shakespeare's. You can see some examples I have given. A case of plagiarism at its worst. A chemistry professor, see, if you plagiarized it and if we get caught, what will happen? You can see some incidents here. A chemistry professor accused of plagiarizing almost 70 research. 70 research. Research papers. Papers published in elsewhere journals, Talantha, Science Direct, Analytical, Chemica, Acta, and others. Starting from abstract and introduction, including methods of synthesis, results, and discussion, including the conclusions. These all been plagiarized. Everything has been lifted from the original paper. Professor mentioned advanced instrumentation not available at the university. Another found several instances of duplicate submission. During inquiry, he was trying to throw blame on his students. I think you all hearing me, no? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The institution banned the professor from taking any research guidance, examination, and administrative work. You can see here. Next. See, one more example. Student Kavya Vishwanath's first novel, How Opal Mehta Got Wild and Got a Life, was pulled out from stories earlier this year, that year, by the publishers Little Brown. The book contained passages from several publications. She has been also plagiarized. She has plagiarized, and the consequences she has faced. And law professors Lawrence Tribe and Charles Ogleter have also apologized in the past, that means then 2 years, for failing to attribute the work of others in books they published. So you can see few examples. You can see here, they are also being charged for plagiarism, whether they have been taken off from their employment or they have been punished, and even they have been put to bar also. That also incidents are there. Next. Now I'll go to impact factors formula. We want to publish, if you want to, you have to, no, you should go identify your journal research. Journal selection. So journal selection, you can see here. How to identify your research focus. You want to identify journal. You want to select key steps in journal selection. Clearly define the central theme and key findings of your study to pinpoint the most suitable journal category. Explore relevant journals. Consult experts in your field. Of course, this has to be done. Ask colleagues or mentors for recommendations based on their publication experience. You have to consult. One example I'll give you. My colleague, assistant, she published a paper in a journal and they took it and we have sent all the research article paper for publication. But we waited for them to publish, I think 6 months over. They did not publish. 8 months over, there was no publication. Then we inquired them why it is not being published. They said it will be published. We then in the beginning they said no fee for publications. And we did a nice paper and we sent for publications. After 8 months also, we didn't see the publications. Then we asked them, inquired them for publication. They said, we have to pay in dollars. I think nearly 20,000 for publication. Then we said, no, we can't pay 20,000 for publications. Please, you just send that, say that you are not publishing, we are not willing to publish in your journal, we are taking back the article. They said, no, we are not going to give you the article, or we are not going to say that we are not publishing your article, and we don't allow you to publish that article in another journal, in other journal. You have to pay. If at all, if you want to withdraw that article, not to publish, you have to pay fine for that, 20,000. So very much you should be very careful for even while selecting the journals for publication. Consult experts, I said, database searches, utilize academic database like Web of Science, Scopus and Google Scholar to find journals within your research area. So as one of the sir told, I found that Scopus. Please don't go through Google. Go through your institution IP. Login password. With login password you go. I think you will get, you won't be falsified there. Google Scholar to find journals within your research area. Then journal website. Browse journal website to review their aims and scopes sections to ensure your research fits within their editorial focus. Next, evaluate journal quality, impact factor. I just want to tell you about this impact factor. Check the journal's impact factor, a measure of its influence within a field, though consider its limitations and use it in conjunction with other metrics. Then you should know what is the impact factor. Or you all know what is impact factor of a journal?
No, madam.
You know what is impact factor? Citation metrics. Analyze the average number of citation per article published in the journal. You should see the citation metrics. Analyze the average number of citations per article published in the journal. That is one point. Editorial board. Review the expertise and reputations of the journal's editorial board members. Peer review process. Understand the journal's. It's time. Please tell me if it is time. Yeah. Peer review process. Understand the journal's peer review process to gauge the rigor of evaluation. I'll tell you what is impact factor. You can see the formula here. You can see the formula here. The formula to calculate a journal's impact factor, please note it, IF, is A bar B, where A is the number of citations in the current year to articles published in the journal during two preceding years, and B is the total number of citable items published in the journal during those two preceding years. Examples I have given. If a journal had 100 citations in 2024, 2 articles published in 2022 and 2023, and it published 50 citable items in those 2 years, the impact factor would be 100 divided by 50 is equal to 2 is the impact factor. Like that, you should calculate the impact factor of a journal. Then, where to
Madam,
find impact?
Madam, standard impact factor ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು madam?
Standard impact factor ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ the more impact factor ಇದೆ, ಅದು journal is good for scholarly journal for publications. The more impact factor is there, that journal is scholarly journal. You can publish your scholarly article in that journal.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So JC,
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್
ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So where to find impact factor andre JC site journal citation reports ಗಳಿದೆ. Journal citation reports is a database accessible through Web of Science. So Google Scholar Metrics allu ide, other database, some of the journal ranking platforms like Scopus alla tumba costly. It is very much kashta affordable to purchase. If institution ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. But Web of Science UGC ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, Web of Science accessible. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ UGCಗೆ MOU ಇದ್ರೆ you will get a Web of Science. Scopus impact factor, it's a good database, but still what it is now, we are not, some institutions are not affordable for Scopus. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಈಗ Web of Science ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಸೂರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ we will provide that. Next. So predatory journals, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, examples ಕೊಟ್ನಲ್ಲ, you should be very caution of this predatory journal. Pay to publish ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ they will not allow us to withdraw our article also, but at last ಹೆಂಗೋ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದ್ವಿ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ. Then so assess publication guidelines ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, word count limitations ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ. So you should, ಅದು word count limitations ಎಲ್ಲ it depends on the journal, publishers journal ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ norms, with that you should go. So
ABDC ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಮೇಡಮ್? How much ABDC?
What is that ABDC?
ABDC is a journal ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ದಾ?
ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್.
Scopus Web of Science ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
Web of Science like that.
Oh, it is a citation index ಅದು?
Yes ma'am.
Citation index ಅದು, not journal. Citation index means ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ,
ABDC one category of journal ma'am.
It's a journal, not citation index.
Journal madam.
Journal.
Web of Science is a citation it's a citation index journal.
Okay. Web of Science ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು?
ನಾವೇನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, UGC ಇಂದ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. You can't purchase.
No, not purchase now. To publish, they will charge something. That's what.
You are telling to publish your article.
Yeah.
That you should see. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊ.
Okay.
ಅದು it depends on the journal. Web of Science ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ journals ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಒಂದೊಂದು journals ಯಾವ ತರ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ನೀವು.
Okay.
So in no case do not submit an article to several journals. ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ 8 months ಆಯ್ತು, ಟೈಮ್ 8 months ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನೇ ತೆಗೆದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ನೀವು ವಿತ್ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋವರೆಗೂ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅದು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕ್ಲೋನ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಆ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಸರಿನಾ? ಯಾವ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
ಹೌದು, ಇವತ್ತು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು
ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. So
ಚೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಂಡಿಡಿಯೋದು?
It's better if you go institution wise ಇಂದಾನೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, rather going to open website. ಈಗ ವೆಬ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಸೂರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ MOU ನಾವು UGC ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗದೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಡೇಟರಿ ಜರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ
ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ನೀವು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾವು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗದೆ ಇರೋಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ ನೋ ಕೇಸ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟು ಸೆವರಲ್ ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನನ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ರಿಡೇಟರಿ ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು.
ಇದು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಗರಿಸಮ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಾವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು
ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು? ನೀವು ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬಟ್ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾಗರಿಸಮ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ನೀವು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಗರಿಸಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಯಾರು ಪ್ಲಾಗರಿಸಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ.
ಮತ್ತೆ 2-3 ಕಡೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ಲಾಗರಿಸಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
ಕೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ, ನೀವು ಅದು ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇವಾಗ 13 ಬಂತು, 2ನೇ ಬಾರಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ 26 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಈ ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿಯಿಂದ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಬ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕ್ಗೆ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಇಟ್.
ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿ ಏನದು?
ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ MLA APA ಚಿಕಾಗೋ ಇದೆ. ವಿತಿನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, these are all golden rules. If you find the ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್, you can go for that. Okay, then as permission been obtained from use of copyright ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. Have you adhered to all forms of publication ethics including listing authors? Everything is given here, you can go for this. And some more tips for publishing papers: consider consulting with a mentor about the journal, check the journal's publication fees, be patient as it can take months to get a decision from a journal. ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳಾದ್ರೂ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಜರ್ನಲ್ಸ್, ಮೇನ್ ಜರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಷನ್, ಯು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ 2-3 ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ದೆನ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಗೇಜಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಗೇಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯಾ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಇದೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ.